Is it really possible to improve your memory? Now, if you've never found yourself forgetting where you left your keys or blanking out on information during tests or even in conversations, then you've probably wished that your memory was a bit better. But what about all the important information that you need to actually cement into your long-term memory? It will take some effort and even maybe tweaking or dramatically changing your normal study routine. But there are a number of strategies that you can utilize to get more out of your memory. Let's take a look at this video of a Nigerian whose memory is one that every student wishes they have, including me. Maybe I'll have graduated with the first class.
2K live, let's take up the challenge. 36 states governors in Nigeria
it's 3K.
from 1999. You don't hold them. If I call them, I carry this money. 2K, no problem. Let's go. Who they call? Miss Yashion call. Let's start. Are you ready?
Let's go.
All right.
Abia State.
Abia 1999, Senator Jiu Zokalu handed over to Chief Theodore Ochendo, handed over to Okeze Ikpazu.
All right.
Adamawa Boni Haruna handed over to Alhaji Mutala Nyako, then to John Shaibu Baka, who acted, then Amadou Moru Fintiri also acted, then Bala James Ngilari, then Jubrila Bindo, succeeded by incumbent Governor Amadou Moru Fintiri.
Correct. Akwa Ibom.
Akwa Ibom, Obong Victor Atta handed over to Chief Godswill Obota Akpabio, handed over to incumbent Governor Mr. Gabriel Udomi Manuel.
Correct. Anambra,
Mr. Chief Chinwuke Mbadinoju handed over to Dr. Chris Ngige. Chris Ngige was taken out, then came Mr. Peter Obi. Peter Obi was impeached. His deputy acted, Dame Virginia Etiaba. Peter came back and completed his tenure. Then came Chief Wilberforce Obiano. After Wilberforce Obiano, he handed over to incumbent Governor Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo.
Correct.
Bauchi. Adamu Muazu, Alhaji Adamu Muazu handed over to Isa Yuguda. Isa Yuguda handed, somebody acted briefly, Abdullahi Abubakar, they called him Makama Baba. He handed over to incumbent Governor of Bauchi State, Senator Bala Mohammed.
Correct. Bayelsa,
Dipriye Solomon Peter Ala.
I am amazed, I am in awe, and I'm sure that you're wondering who that is and how was he able to do that. Well, it will interest you to know that this is no cramming. I can tell you that for a fact because we have here with us this morning on the show Peter Akah, an advocate for a better Nigeria. He's joining us this morning to share with us how he was able to do that. Good morning and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here.
I think the first thing is, how did you do that?
Okay, a couple of things, but one, love for country. I have an affection for anything Nigeria. I love my country. And then that leads me to the next thing. So if I love my country, I become passionate about what is happening. And everything that you see around the country is a reflection of leadership. So it is important that I get to know, or we get to understand who are the persons. If the country has done well so far, these are the persons who have helped us. And if we have not done so well, these are the same persons, because the political spectrum is such that they revolve themselves. So a former governor becomes a senator, puts himself as minister, wants to become president. So it gives you the opportunity to interrogate the antecedent. What have they done that shows their commitment to country? So when we have that kind of understanding, so I begin to, who is this person who was governor here? What did he do? And that is how we come about all this.
I mean, that's amazing work. I can't really explain how excited I was to see that. Not just because of the fact that you were basically telling us about our history, but also because you were able to do that seamlessly. We have Osauge, who is a part of the conversation. And I'm sure that Osauge has a lot of questions to ask in this regard. Osauge, what are your thoughts?
I don't know if he wants the questions that I really want to ask, though, but let's talk about how long you've been doing this, and was this also helpful during your school days? Did it make you ace every exam that you wrote?
Okay, first, because I've had, questions like he's probably a genius or something. I'm not so sure about that because I wasn't even a first class or 2-1 student. But I think over time, it just gets better and I improve on it. And these particular videos came as just a joke. My friend said he was reading States and Capital, and I was like, I can mention some of those governors, and they said it's probably not true, so let's try. So we did the 4 state governors, and then after that, they said, some person said I should close my eyes and read if actually I did that. I said, this should not be a big deal. Let me do it from 1999, and that's how we got that video by happenstance.
Wait, did you think that video was going to go as viral as it did?
At all. When I saw the feedback, up till now, I can't believe that people see it as something I don't see it as exceptional. I mean, governors of is something I have always known, and I was really surprised when I saw the reaction from persons that you know all of this, and I have known these things, and I didn't put it out there. I wish I had earlier.
Okay, now let's talk about the technique, the reading technique, and this is something that a lot of young Nigerians, I mean, those not just young Nigerians, those who are reading and studying want to know. Do you have a technique you use? And tell us about your reading practice.
When I want to read, I make sure that I find a comfortable space. And, you know, it goes to also show the extent that we all have to work, you know, for every child to have the opportunity. Because I have the privilege today to sit here and say, okay, you know this and you know that. But there are about 18.5 million children in Nigeria who are out of school. So we may not actually know how intelligent persons are. So in whatever condition I find myself, I just try. It could be a noisy place, it could be, but try to, you know, improve on what I have, the information, regurgitate on it, and then so that whenever it is necessary, I can always reproduce.
Do you take notes? Do you highlight? Do you make book ears?
Yes, you know, little scripts, you know, write and then stick papers here and there around the room.
But I have to ask, because a lot of us are still doing adult education or are planning to do adult education. But if you're just tuning in, we have so much, you know, that this man has done in terms of blowing our minds with how much information he can retain and regurgitate. So let's take a look at another video of his.
Let's go. There are 50 states in the United States, and they have 2 senators each. That's 100. So if I can mention at least 1 from each, or let's say 60, I'll still take the 2K.
That's a good bet now. Yes.
I will take the 2K.
I did.
No wahala. Oh yeah, you hold the money. 2K need.
I had 1K join.
All right, Oje. Let's go there.
So,
That's 3K. Full US current affair on that with 3K. We don't start. Okay, that's the executive judiciary.
Yes.
Not all those small, not be all like that. But if I mention part, I'll still carry the money. Let's go. Executive. US President is Mr. Joseph Robinette Biden. He's married to Dr. Jill Biden.
US Vice President.
Miss Kamala Harris is married to Mr. Douglas Emhoff.
Minister of Defense.
Minister of this called, I think they use Secretary. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. Yes.
Secretary of State.
Secretary of State Anthony Blinken.
Secretary of Finance.
Is it not Treasury? They call it Secretary of Treasury, that lady on white hair,
Yes.
Janet Yellen.
Secretary of Transport.
Secretary of Transport, the first LGBT person on federal cabinet, Pete Buttigieg.
Secretary of Homeland Security.
Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas.
Secretary of Energy.
Secretary of Energy, the former Michigan Governor, Jennifer Graham.
Attorney General.
Attorney General Mary Garland.
Chief of Staff.
Chief of Staff to President Biden, hold on, Ron Clean.
Secretary of Agriculture.
I can't remember Secretary of Agriculture.
Secretary of Labor.
Secretary of Labor should be Martin Walsh, if I remember.
Let's go to judiciary.
Judicially, that's the Supreme Court. The U.S. Supreme Court comprises of 9 justices, led by the Chief Justice of Supreme Court. That is, the current Chief Justice is the Honorable Justice John Roberts. We have Justice Clarence Peters. We have Clarence Peters is a Nigerian cinematographer. Justice Clarence Thomas, the husband to Miss Gina Thomas. We have Justice Sonia Sotomayor, my justice. We have Justice Elena Kagan. We have Justice Samuel Alito. We have Justice Neil Gorsuch. We have Justice Brett Kavanaugh. We have Justice Amy Corey Barnett, and we have Justice, the recently sworn in first female black justice, Ketanji Brown Jackson. Let's go there. Let's go to the U.S. Senate. Okay. The U.S. Congress also has a House of Representatives. Let me mention at least few House of Reps members. In the House, we have the current Speaker of the House is Speaker Nancy Pelosi. We have House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. We have House Majority Whip Congressman Jim Clyburn. We have the Honorable Jamie Raskin, Honorable.
This is really fascinating. I'll tell you that. Really fascinating. Can you tell us, I mean, what do you want, this to do for those who are watching? What dreams do you have for Nigeria, for young people across Africa, who of course need to learn about history and, and the people who are in governance?
My dream about Nigeria, I hope to see a better Nigeria. I am sitting here today because I have the privilege of being in school, and somebody can say I have a retentive memory because I was given that opportunity. But not so many persons have. I was just telling Olivia, we have a situation where in Nigeria today we have about 18.5 million children who are out of school. That is an alarming statistics. So everything that I do, whether in entertainment, whether in this, whether in my work as human rights, I want to see how I can contribute my quota to a country I love so much, to see that the next generation or the coming years for Nigeria becomes its best years. And that is what you will see me do, as the time goes on.
I mean, do you plan to use this to maybe go to school to further your education? And also, can you give us a quick background on your education history?
Okay, I wish we had not gone there. I actually studied human physiology, basic medical science, but it's probably because I didn't have the right counseling and all, but that's another story. Of course, I would love to go to school if I have the opportunity to, if I, have, the right environment and everything. I would want to go probably do law, probably do languages or something, and then see how I can still all fuse it back into Nigerian leadership and government to help my country.
I really do hope that, this dream comes true and that the right opportunities and the resources, are made available for you to become this person and make impacts like you already are. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very
We
much.
cannot let you go without putting your knowledge to the test of the show.
Okay.
So lastly, we would like to test your knowledge once again. Are you ready?
I of
Take
course.
a deep breath in, out. Can you share the names of the past 7 governors, from 1999 to date in Akwa Ibom?
Akwa Ibom, of course. Chief Obong Victor Atta handed over to Chief Gospel Obodo Akpabio, who is married to Mr. Kaita Akpabio, and then to the incumbent governor, Udom Gabriel Emmanuel. I thought we would probably do your state. I don't know.
Oh, you want to do my state?
let's-
All right, do that quickly. Delta
Okay,
State.
Delta State, of course. The Chief James Onanefe Ibori handed over to Dr. Emmanuel Eweta Oduara. Emmanuel was taken out, Samobi acted, and then your incumbent governor, Senator Ifeanyi Okowa.
All right. My turn. All right. So I want to ask 2 questions. I'll ask. The first one would be, can you name the senators from Enugu State and Anambra State?
The senators from Enugu State, we have Senator Ike Ekweremadu, the former Deputy Senate President. We have Senator Chimaroke Namani, who is also a former governor. He represents Enugu East. And then we have Senator Otazi Chukwuka. And then in Anambra State, we have Senator Uche Ekunife, a lady. Then we have Senator Princess Stella Adeze Odua, the former Minister for Aviation. And then we have Mr. Ifeanyi Patrick Uba, who is also the 3rd senator from Anambra State.
Final question. 1914, Lord Lugard, of course, joined the Northern and Southern Protectorate.
Okay.
What did he have for breakfast that morning?
That is because at this point, it's like this man is a walking encyclopedia.
We will have to ask Flora Shaw or his wife that question. Miss Flora.
Randy, you have joined us, Peter Akah, and you've blown our minds this morning. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. And I'm sure that people who would like to find out more information about him and the work that he does can follow him at Randy Peters on Instagram. We wish you all the best, and we're rooting for you again.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here.